If there is God, God is love. And if it ain't love, it ain't no God. And if your book ain't about love, your book ain't by no God. It's a false God called fear. If your God commits genocide and floods the world to deal with its problems, if your God tells you that it requires a blood sacrifice to forgive the sins of the men it created, it is no God. It's not you that I find discrepancy with. It is not you that should take offense towards what I say, because you know it's true. If there is a God, God is love. And love don't commit genocide on its creations. Love don't require the blood sacrifice of an innocent man to forgive the sins that it allowed to be possible. God is love, and unconditional love is divine. But unconditional love is not unconditional tolerance of evil, of disrespect, or abuse. The only God I know of that requires blood sacrifice is called Satan. You feel me? Remember when they said the greatest trick the devil ever did was to convince the world he didn't exist? Or, better yet, convince the world he was God, named Yahweh, Jehovah, the Alda both, a God who kills all the Egyptian firstborns, a God who asked Abraham to kill his firstborn son, a God who prophesied that his only begotten son would be tortured and murdered, and this was good, and that we're going to wear symbols around our necks of a man on a cross and act like it's holy. Yo, the Roman Catholics lied to all of us, alright? I'm not having a problem with you, bro. Besides the fact that you got your head on the floor and you're on your knees when right in front of you, you don't even see this is Satan. This is not love. Love sets you free. Love is when you get up off your knees and look God in the face and you see that ain't God, but God is love. God is the light behind this shadow. Lucifer is a fiction. Lucifer is a slander on Venus, Barbello, the goddess of love. When they say don't look to the light bringer, to the bringer of light, the dawn bringer, they're telling you don't look at the light, stay in the dark, put your head on the floor and stay on your knees. Believe in malarkey. Fuel the machine of tyranny. Worship your slave master and love him unconditionally as he preaches to you. Do as I say, not as I do. The Vatican stole, raped, and murdered. These Romans were never to be trusted. They raised themselves up, exalted themselves with their heels on the throats of the people. And much like Stockholm Syndrome, they trained us like slaves, our ancestors, to love their captors. They tortured and murdered the real Christian movement, the Gnostics, for entertainment to the people. They lied to all of us, friend. As I said, if there is a God, God is love. God is not do as I say, not as I do. God doesn't burn witches. God doesn't require a blood sacrifice. God doesn't solve his problem by sending a flood to commit genocide upon the entire population. God don't ask Abraham to sacrifice his firstborn son. That's sick and twisted. Think about it. When Moses told the Pharaoh to let my people free, and the Pharaoh said no, so then God went and killed all the Egyptian firstborn sons. That's not God, that's the devil. Think about it. Shine your own light from your heart. Is this your God? Is this who you worship? Is this who you listen to in your holy shit Bible? Somebody that tells you I'm a jealous, and vengeful God? That's an oxymoron. Why would a God be jealous and vengeful? Jealous of what? What is a God jealous of? That ain't a God. That's a narcissist man. You feel me? Who wrote that? And why we even listen to these Jews? For real. Or the Romans. You know how new that stuff is? This ain't ancient wisdom. This is like new age manipulation. Like the Jews came up how long ago? This older stuff. And the stuff that Jesus in the Bible is talking about, or the Gnostic Yeshua is talking about, this stuff is old. Goes back to like ancient Sanskrit. And even further. God is love. Look to your own light. You know? It's like what Rocky said. You remember what Rocky said? He said, it ain't about how hard you can hit, bro. It's about how hard you can get hit. And don't give up. How hard you can get hit and hit back. But I'm going to go one step further into some Bruce Lee, right? It ain't about how hard you can hit. Just like that. It's about if you can see the motherfucker who's trying to hit you, who's trying to put you down, and you can get out of the way. Wing Chun that shit and Jeet Kune Do. Hit them first. And hit them hard. And it don't matter if you're small. It don't matter if you're big. What matters is you can see when someone's trying to hit you. Like this false God with this false belief. This is a hit. He's putting you down. He's making you believe that unconditional love is unconditional tolerance of disrespect and abuse. They disrespected our ancestors. They disrespect all of us by indoctrinating us into Stockholm Syndrome to love our slave master and comply with tyranny. Look at what Martin Luther King did. Look what Mahatma Gandhi did. He showed the whole world. They showed the whole world that the power of the people united is greater, anomalously, than the people in power. 8 billion people have more power than the people who rule them in tyranny. This is the moment the people get together and say, no, fuck FedEx, fuck Amazon, fuck these corporations and governments. Like, you work for me, bro. I make you rich. So you're gonna do what we say together. What do we say? Do we say we're a democracy? But yet we fuel this system, which is a democratic republic, which is bought and paid for by the highest bidder? Is that what we're gonna do? Is that the world where we want to leave our kids? Where minimum wage in some states is $7 an hour, but yet the cost of living is $54 an hour? But we think Kamala Harris or the fucking Donald the Duck gives a fuck about us? Because they want to fight over abortion? And y'all think that that's some kind of empowering feminist thing? But yet rapists and murderers walk fucking free, but we're gonna fucking crucify babies? Yes, a woman has a right to live. But why is that the argument? Why are we not arguing about does a rapist and a child molester have a right to live? Huh? Why is that not the argument, feminists? I'm a feminist. Did I ever rape a woman or molest a child? No. You wanna know why? Because that ain't love. That ain't right. Is abortion right or wrong? I don't know. Are we aborting the rapists and child molesters? Because that seems right. Like, women have a right to their bodies. Yeah, they do. So if they have a right to aborting innocent baby, they should also have a right to aborting the child molester or rapist that put their fucking hands on their body without consent. How about that? Yo, democracy is divine. But this is a democratic republic where our presidents are whores who are for sale by the highest bidder. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And then let's talk about changing the fucking world, brah. It ain't how hard you can get hit. It's how hard you can see that they're trying to hit you. Get out of the fucking way and hit them back. power of the people.